Good morning, students. I hope your Tuesday morning is going well. Well, we are now in week 7 of exploring the New Testament together. So your week 7 assignments went live yesterday morning. Those are now available for you. And for this week, it's going to be the same as it has been in previous weeks in regards to your assignments. You're going to have your unit quiz, your discussion, your reflection, and your accomplishment paper. So those are going to be your 4 assignments that will be due for this week. I did want to mention here early that this is the final full week of the course. And of course, next week, week 8 will be a short week. And so I'll be going over at the end of the video here with some important dates for next week in regards to your assignment, when those assignments are due. Also, that information is listed in your course syllabus. So make sure that you're looking through there in regards to the due dates for your week 8 assignments. Let me go over real quickly just your week 7 assignments here, just to kind of go over what's going to be due for this week. You're going to have 3 different articles you're going to be reading out of the ESV. It's 3 different introductions, I should say. So you got an introduction to the book of Hebrews, the book of James, and the book of 1 Peter. So that's going to be your assigned reading this week coming out of the ESV Study Bible. And then your scripture reading this week is going to be coming from the book of Hebrews, James, and 1 Peter as well. As I've mentioned before, when you're doing your assigned scripture reading, make sure that you're also reading the footnotes that are connected with that assigned reading, as the footnotes provide a lot of important information to help you to have a general understanding of the context of what you're reading. So whether it's just reading an entire section of scripture to help you understand the overall context, or a specific verse that you're reading there. So the footnotes will help you to have a general understanding of that portion of scripture that you're reading. And then also it will take you to other books in the Bible that will assist you, kind of being more information from that chapter. Plus it will assist you primarily, with your accomplishment paper, being able to bring some additional scripture into your writing that will help you in your doctrinal research section. So just wanted to mention that to you, to make sure that you are reading those footnotes connected with those verses. Now, there are not any supplemental handouts that are available for this week, but there are 2 video lectures that are available for you. Those lectures will assist you specifically on your accomplishment paper this week, as you're going to be looking at what James says about how we should deal with trials and tribulations when things occur in life. How do we deal with those scripturally? And so James gives us that information. So just wanted to give you a heads up on that you do have a couple video lectures available that will assist you with your accomplishment paper for this week. Now, in regards to your assignments, your discussion this week is going to be coming from Hebrews chapter 11, and you're going to be looking at what we call the Faith Hall of Fame. So you're going to be looking at an individual's faith, specifically in that chapter, how God used them, and how you're going to choose one of those people listed in that kind of Faith Hall of Fame, and you're going to choose one person that you can relate to the most out of that section. So you only have to choose one. So that's where your discussion is going to focus around this week, is looking at Hebrews chapter 11. And then your discussion or your reflection and your accomplishment this week are both going to be coming from the book of James. So you're going to be looking for, in regards to your reflection, you're going to be looking at James chapter 2, verses 14 through 26, looking at faith and works and kind of how those 2 concepts work together. And then, as I mentioned a minute ago, that your accomplishment paper is going to be coming from James chapter 1, verses 2 through 18, looking at basically the issue of when faith is tested. So that's going to be where your assignments are going to be coming from this week. As I've mentioned before in previous weeks, please make sure that you are following the instructions that are listed there in your assignments, specifically with the accomplishment paper, that not only are you thoroughly answering your questions, but that you are providing the other assigned resources, or you're listing the other assigned resources in your paper. So you're including a clear introduction that does not include the first question in your assignment, and then your assignments plus your discussion and application questions are going to be listed there in the body of your paper. And then you're going to conclude your paper with either a closing prayer or a conclusion. So again, the conclusion does not need to list the last question in your assignment. So if you do list a conclusion, your conclusion needs to refer back to the introduction. So just wanted to make sure, again, that I overemphasize that so that points are not lost because you did not fulfill all the requirements in your scoring rubric. Also, make sure that you are fulfilling the word requirements for each one of your assignments. If your accomplishment paper is calling for 500 words, it needs to be at least 500 words. If it's less than that, then there is a deduction for that, and that there's actually a 4-point deduction if you do not meet the word requirement in your accomplishment paper. And then for your discussion and your reflection, it's a 2-point deduction if you do not meet the word requirements for the assignment or assignments. So just wanted to make sure that I mentioned that so that points are not deducted just for not including a paper that has all of the requirements in it. Again, if you have questions at all about your assignments, please do reach out to me with that. I'm going to be finishing up getting the previous week's assignments graded to you with feedback. Please do make sure that when you receive your assignments back, typically, as I've mentioned, I usually will have some general feedback on the main page, and then there's additional feedback you'll need to actually go into the scoring rubric to be able to see sections you did well, maybe some sections you need to improve on. Please do look over that feedback, and again, if you have any questions, do reach out to me with those. Now, the last thing I want to mention to you, as I mentioned at the very beginning, that's this is a short week, or this is your last full week, I should say. Week 8 is the beginning of you'll have a short week. So your week 8 assignments will go live Monday morning, but then you'll notice in your syllabus that all of your week 8 assignments will be due on Thursday evening, and I think that's February the 29th, I believe. So the last day of the bi-term is actually Friday, which I believe is March the 1st, but all of your assignments will have to be due Thursday evening by 11:59. So please do make sure that you kind of work your schedule out accordingly for that, because late assignments will not be accepted unless there is some type of emergency, or if something is going on during the week that's going to make it extremely difficult where you're not going to be able to get your assignments submitted. Please reach out to me beforehand and explain what the circumstances are, what the situation is, and we can work on something if something is occurring that is going to prevent you from getting the assignments submitted to on time. So just wanted to go ahead and mention that now so that you're not caught off guard next week. That all of those week 8 assignments will be due Thursday evening, February 29th by 11:59. And again, I'll make another announcement about that as well. If I do need to get another announcement to you, I will either post another video or use the course message center. With that, I hope each of you have a great rest of your day. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me with those. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We look forward to connecting with all of you again soon.